I do just want to briefly talk about this because I find it interesting. Um, a few days ago, there was this catastrophic train wreck in Ohio. I can't remember the name of the town that was closest to where this wreck took place. This train derailed, and it was just a mess. It exploded. But the worst thing was that the train was carrying some apparently highly toxic fumes, toxic agents, and all these toxic, um, dangerous, carcinogenic elements were released through this massive explosion. And some people are saying that there's a big cover up with the story, that it's not getting the attention that it deserves. There are, the local authorities are now saying, it's safe to go back to your homes. They evacuated the area after it happened, but now they're saying we've tested the air, we've tested the water, and it's safe. The fumes have dispersed. But others are saying, well, yeah, that's, of course they would say that's what they said about New York after 9/11. They said that it's perfectly healthy to breathe in the air. And then after that, so many first responders, who'd been in that area during the time when it was supposedly safe to breathe the air, so many of them wound up dying of cancer because of the asbestos and who knows what else that was in the air. So this is, of course, a disturbing story in and of itself. But what interests me about it is that it seems to be an instance of predictive programming. There was a movie that was on Netflix, uh, starring Adam Driver and a few other people that are you would know. No huge stars, but um, but plenty of mid-level sort of people. And it's this sort of absurdist, dark comedy called White Noise. It's based on a novel by Don DeLillo, which actually remember reading in college. And in this novel and in this movie adaptation of the novel, there's a catastrophic train wreck which releases toxic chemicals into the air, and it's called an airborne toxic event. And they have to evacuate, and then there's this question about who got exposed, and whether there will be long term repercussions, health wise, to this event, this derailing of a train, and the concomitant release of toxic fumes into the air. Now, in the movie, and I think in the book, the train wreck is caused by somebody driving a semi truck, and not losing, or not looking at the road for a second, or something like that. And I don't think that that's what happened. At least not in any of the accounts that I've read. It seems that it was just a derailment that happened without any other agents that caused the derailment. But I mean, that's kind of That's more disturbing in its own way. Like, you shouldn't be running at train cars filled with these kinds of chemicals, especially if the train tracks aren't safe to what do you say, ride, to take a train over. Um, how in the world does something like that happen? And is there a cover up? I think there's good. That's a good question, because obviously they want to smooth things over. I think there was a reporter who was arrested afterwards for reporting on the event. Like, what's the charge? I'm giving the news. I'm reporting on something that happened, and that didn't stop them from arresting him and taking him away. So something is probably afoot. But I just find the most interesting and freakiest thing about this is the predictive programming. The fact that this book was adapted into a Netflix movie that was released maybe a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, not long ago. And this should happen just afterwards. Anytime you see predictive programming like that, you can dismiss it as coincidence, but the similarities are so, the parallels are so interesting that you kind of have to, it kind of gives you pause. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the subject. Please tell me what you think below. Thanks for watching.